Ugh. I just filmed this entire video and it was out of focus. So, take two. So it's been a little while since I made a body language related video, so I figured I'd make a little quick one today. I'm hoping this one will be something that you'll be able to implement and find some use for in your everyday life fairly quickly without a lot of practice, so here we go. So we're talking about handshakes today. The first time we meet someone, we make about 30 to 40 assumptions about who they are, what they do, and even if they're a good or bad person. And the first time we meet someone is often accompanied by a handshake. So it's very important to spend some time and thought into how people are perceiving your handshake. And there's really sort of two dimensions to a handshake. One being the angle of your hand in their hand, and then the second being the pressure of the handshake itself. Now, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on what these two things mean because I think they're fairly obvious. Obviously, the person applying more pressure, as well as the person whose hand is more angled on top, is often seen as superior or perceived as superior to the other person. And then, of course, inversely, if you're the person on the bottom, applying less pressure, you will be perceived as less superior. Now, this is where the idea of that nice, firm, strong handshake comes from. However, it's not necessarily the best technique for a handshake. So let me explain. Why do we meet people? I know that's kind of a vague question, but in general, we meet people because we're trying to form new bonds, friendships, and relationships, right? So whether it be a business relationship, a friendship, or a romantic relationship, it's not the best strategy to go in claiming you're superior. Imagine if you verbalized what you were saying with a really strong, high-angled handshake, and you went in and you said, "Hi, nice to meet you, I'm better than you," or "I think I'm better than you." Obviously, we're not going to have the best perception of that person, or we're not going to think we're going to get along with them very well. So good, balanced relationships aren't formed by immediately meeting someone and having them assert that they are the alpha in the room. Instead, they're formed by sort of a balance and mutual respect. And this isn't achieved by that extremely strong, high-angled handshake. Instead, what we should do is try to match the amount of pressure they're giving and also match the angle. So, and the most ideal handshake would be if they are supplying soft pressure, you match that pressure and give a soft handshake. But it's very important to make sure your angle is still high, or 90 degrees, because if they supply a soft handshake but your hand is on top, they're still going to get that subconscious message that you think you're better than them. And in the same way, if they give you a really strong, firm handshake, match the pressure again and give them the equal amount of pressure back, and again, making sure to maintain that high or that 90-degree angle. So shaking someone's hand this way is going to give them the subconscious message that you view them as an equal and you respect them, and that's going to give them the best first impression possible of you. So it is going to take a little bit of practice to get the idea of matching pressure and making sure the angle is 90 degrees straight up, but overall shouldn't be too bad. After a couple handshakes, you'll get the hang of it, and I hope you'll find some use for this in your life.